Chapter 1: The Fate of Fang Xing. Year 717 of the Starry Sky Calendar. In the classroom of Class 12 at UK High School in Maple Leaf City on Tree Star, Fang Xing felt a whirlwind of emotions as he surveyed his surroundings. The students in Class 12 were engrossed in their history teacher Lan Fei's lecture, and the atmosphere was thick with tension and focus. Yet, Fang Xing was grappling with an astonishing truth: he had traveled to another world. The year 1 of the Starry Sky Calendar marked the official entry of humanity into the interstellar era. The first light-speed spaceship, the Explorer, discovered traces of intelligent life on the planet Thundercloud, heralding the beginning of our third contact with extraterrestrial civilizations. Lan Fei's voice was elegant and melodic, and her captivating presence commanded attention. Dressed in a fitted black suit that accentuated her curves, she exuded a charm that was hard to ignore. Even the boys, especially those just beginning to experience the stirrings of adolescence, found it difficult to look away from her. Fang Xing himself had to admit that their teacher was indeed mesmerizing, particularly in this youthful setting. "Fang Xing, please tell us about the day of catastrophe," Lan Fei suddenly called on him, her gaze piercing. Caught off guard, Fang Xing quickly rose to his feet, frantically sifting through the memories that flooded his mind. Just moments ago, he had been an ordinary office worker on Earth, but now he was in a future world filled with advanced technology and mystery. The day of catastrophe. He took a deep breath, steadying himself as he began to recount the tale, as if narrating an ancient legend. The day of catastrophe occurred in the year 112 of the Starry Sky Calendar. At that time, humanity had discovered hundreds of life-bearing planets, and interstellar explorers had become the heroes of the age. Then, on that fateful day, Explorer couldn't discover the planet of the Canines. The Canine people were warlike and slaughtered the entire fleet, launching an invasion against the Blue Star Federation. As he spoke, Fang Xing's words flowed more confidently, detailing the struggles and bloody history of the Federation. His thoughts wandered between the classroom scene and the shocking revelation of his own predicament. Had he truly crossed into a future world, or was he in an alternate universe? Lan Fei nodded approvingly, signaling him to sit down. She continued, "We once thought the main races in the universe were civilized, just like the giant rock people and the wood spirits we had discovered. But after the day of catastrophe, we learned that madness was the true norm in the dark cosmos. The Canines and their masters, the Ross, are the true cancers of the universe." After sitting down, Fang Xing's mind was still swirling. He stared at the book in his hands, which seemed like a regular paper textbook but felt weightless and surreal, as if it were a projection. The cover read Alien Species Encyclopedia. Flipping through, he found a page on the canines, but the illustration was blurry, deliberately obscure. It resembled a canine human figure. Further along, he discovered a shadowy figure marked as the Ross, labeled as Higher Servant Race. "Servants of the evil gods," Fang Xing murmured to himself, realizing the stakes of this universe were far higher than he had previously understood. Just as he pondered the implications, the class transformed. All the books and desks vanished, and the floor gleamed with a polished sheen. A towering man with rippling muscles entered the room, wearing a sweat-soaked green shirt that revealed his physique. Fang Xing immediately sensed this was not a projection, this was a real person, and he was their martial arts teacher, Xiulong. Chapter 2: Sword Light. "Why do you want to learn martial arts?" Fang Xing asked from the corner of the classroom, his eyes a bit dazed. At that moment, Xiulong's voice resonated from the front, deafening, as if time had turned back to when he first attended a martial arts class. "Because you are reserve soldiers. Someday, you will face the servants of the evil gods, and learning martial arts is essential for survival." Xiulong's expression was serious, his gaze intense. "Remember this, train hard. Only then can you stay alive." His tone was filled with urgency. Fang Xing recalled that he had been no different from the students before him, yet he secretly felt grateful that he hadn't found himself on the battlefield. "Our background determines that we can't choose another path. Learning martial arts is our only option," he silently thought. As Xiulong continued his lecture, Fang Xing's thoughts gradually cleared. When Xiulong described the dangers posed by the minions of the evil gods, he mentioned, "These creatures are not only powerful but can also corrupt our minds." The early Federal Army underestimated this threat and suffered heavy losses. However, he smiled slightly, the evolution of human martial arts can resist this mental corruption. Although reaching the courage realm is challenging, the Federation has developed many martial arts techniques that can grant you similar powers through hypnosis, which is the origin of a great martial art. Fang Xing pondered this. It seemed that only he, as a bio-enhanced individual, could walk this martial path, yet the journey had remained arduous. Drugs, energy armor, these were all out of reach for him. For him, taking up a sword on the front line was his only escape. "I need to strive to reach the second realm of martial arts before graduation, otherwise, it will be a dead end on the battlefield," he resolved. "Today's class will start with the Great Dragon stance." Xiulong's voice pulled him back to reality. As everyone adjusted their stances, Fang Xing felt every cell in his body awakening during the stance training, as if connecting with the ancient spirit of martial arts. He slowly breathed, imagining himself as a giant dragon, his spine undulating with each breath. Persevere! You must persevere! He shouted within. Time seemed to stretch, each second a test of his will. Just as he felt he was reaching his limit, a flash of sword light flickered before his eyes, as if pulling him back to the moment of his traversal. That sword light bore the weight of countless worlds, conveying some force to him. Is this my opportunity? Just then a panel flashed in front of him, simple yet clear. Name Fang Xing. Age 16. Occupation martial artist. As his consciousness deepened, Fang Xing saw new sections opening up. First realm flesh and blood refinement 21 100ths. Military boxing 12 styles 55 100th beginner. Great dragon stance 67 100th beginner. Is this my golden finger? He thought, and then felt a surge of energy rising within him, as if his limbs and bones had suddenly gained new strength. Alright, 30 minutes are up. Shilong's voice echoed, jolting him awake. Xing, your stance seems even better now. You must have practiced hard at home. Liu Wei joked while wiping sweat from his brow. This is just my normal level. Fang Xing replied with a smirk, but inwardly thought, this is merely the beginning of my potential. During the subsequent military boxing training, Shilong explained every move and technique thoroughly. Fang Xing felt the vibrations of his punches cutting through the air, his eardrums ringing with the impact, fueling his determination. He gradually mastered each move, feeling his strength and speed increase. Only when you can unleash a true cannon fist will you be considered a beginner. Shilong's words echoed in his ears, urging him to continue striving. Fang Xing's heart was filled with resolve. I want to grow stronger, not just for myself, but for those fighting on the battlefield. As he poured all his energy into training, an unexpected strange symbol appeared at the bottom of his attributes panel, hinting at more unknown powers awaiting him. This will be my path of martial arts, a journey filled with challenges and opportunities, Fang Xing thought, his heart brimming with anticipation.